Here we have some Yukon Gold potatoes. You want 4 large potatoes, and you want to just mash them up after you either boil them, bake them, or microwave them. And I like to microwave them because that way I don't get any additional water in the potato, and the potato stays fairly dry, as you can see. So we're going to give this just a little bit of olive oil, a couple tablespoons. This is going to become our filling. So here we have our garlic. We're just going to mince that up a little bit. And now with that, we need some parsley. So we're just going to blend this together in a little saute pan and get that garlic and parsley soft before we add it to the potatoes. Then you want to let that cool down a little bit before you add it to the potato mixture. So this goes in here. Smells good already. And now we just want to mix that around. And this you do ahead of time before you make the pasta. You want to get the potatoes mixed. And you see how dry these potatoes are in the bowl. And that's because we microwave them. So then we're going to add a grinding of nutmeg, a good grinding, and some grated Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. About 1/4 cup goes in. Now it's time to make the pasta. So we have 4 eggs that we're whirling up in the food processor because we're going to make the dough in a food processor. You would probably use about 2.5 to 2 3/4 cups of flour. So I'm just eyeballing this right now. Let's see what we've got. Okay. And we keep adding until we have a dough. Okay, let's check it again. Perfect. And then you're going to have to let this dough rest for about 30 minutes because you want to relax the gluten. So you cover it with a bowl and you let it rest. Here's one that I made this morning. And now you can see the difference in color between these two. This is a relaxed dough. This is not a relaxed dough because you see how that springs back to me? But when I do that, those indentations just stay there. So we are good to go. So I'm going to lop off a little piece here. This is going to be enough dough to make at least 4 or 5 dozen, depending how large or small you make them. So then you want to flatten that dough with a rolling pin. And then we're going to run this through our pasta machine. And this will be the final pass through. This is thin enough now. Every pasta machine is different, so your settings might be different on your pasta machine. I would not go to the last setting with this. You want to take a little bit of that and then starting kind of away from the edge. Don't put too much in there because that could just seep out. Leave a little space between them, like about an inch or so. You get the whole family involved in doing this. You see these potatoes are so dry that you could actually do them ahead, roll them in, if you're really anal, roll them into little balls and then just put them on your dough like that. So then you want to take one end of that dough and just roll it over. See? Put your hand there. Everyone's going to know that these are handmade because no two are going to be alike. So once you do that, you can cut them. Okay? And what do you do with these scraps? You re-roll. See? And here are your little plump pillows, because that's what tortelli are really. They're little plump pillows that you have handmade. And oh boy, whoever comes to your house for dinner is really going to be impressed. We've melted 2 sticks of butter, unsalted, in a saute pan or a saucepan, and then chopped up about 1/3 cup of the sage. And all you really want to do, I'm going to give that a little bit of salt too because the butter is unsalted. And all you really want to do is let that sage seep with the butter. The water is ready. So now we can cook. We want to add some salt, of course, to the water. Boiling water. And because the tortelli are fragile, we're not just going to dump them in the water. So I'll take a few at a time and just put them in my little scoop here, and then you can use the same scoop to take them out. So be gentle with them. And if you've sealed them correctly, they are not going to open. And if 1 or 2 does, well, chalk it up to, you know, the next time. Okay, and now we wait. All right, they've all come to the top. None of them have opened, which is a good sign, meaning that we sealed them. So you want to be careful with them now. Get all that excess water off. See? Look at how beautiful they are, these little pillows. I think Lorenzo de Medici would love these. And we're going to put them right there in the butter sauce. Okay? Now, these are always a first course. And I'm always amazed that when I'm researching recipes like this, it's always something like, this is a real peasant dish. But to me, this is super elegant. And here are the rest of them. There they are. And now we want to mix them gently with the sauce. That's why you want to use a flat dish like this to do it, so that you don't destroy their beauty. Oh, they smell fantastic with the sage, very woodsy, beautiful.